boys. Except for talking a little bit of footy, we are on. Hey guys, how you going? Sit down, BKRsport. We are ready to rock and roll here on a Friday night. Not Friday night, gee whiz. I'm so used to just getting into the NRL games, and we didn't do too many this weekend. But we're here on a Monday night, ready to absolutely slap down some predictions for the rest of the season. So we're actually just going to chill out here, have a bit of a chat with you guys, and I'm going to obviously do my predictions all the way through until the grand final. We are into round 25 now. So, yeah, look, I'm just here having a bit of a laugh and whatnot. Obviously, this weekend was not the greatest result. We all know that. But I'm proud of Kieran Four. I'm proud of the community that we are building. And, obviously we've got 3 games left to go there for the Titans. So, yeah, look, it's been a bit of a tough year as per usual. But in the day, we're always turning up, son. We're always there. I was on the flight this morning back from Sydney to the Gold Coast, and we're flying. We're absolutely flying, son. So, now looking forward to the rest of the year regardless, and we got our last home game of the week, of the season this weekend, which is crazy to say. And the vlog from the weekend will come out tomorrow at 5:36 p.m. or something like that, because there's just a lot to go into it. But guys, obviously hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here, get in the chat, shoot through your comments, get around it. And I did remember that I left that Canberra Raiders versus North Queensland Cowboys stream up here on the channel for like 2 days. I didn't have a computer while I was down there, so I had my laptop, but it didn't have enough power to be able to stream that game. And that was the only stream I was going to do whilst I was down there in the Gong. So that's why I take my big computer with me normally. I usually take my big computer, but we didn't do it this time around. So we'll probably do that for Newcastle and Penrith. But alright, let's get in chat. Let's see what Nonsense Dad's mate spewing, because I've already saw that he commented just before. Already saw it. Where is it? Dad's mate says, rumour has it he has Dogs 3-0 and Sharks 0-3. Well, there's a lot of rumours that are wrong. That's for sure. That is true. You've actually got a really tough game this weekend coming up, Daz, because they've actually named the stadium Sean Johnson Stadium, because the Warriors get the final bye of the season in round 27. So they've only got 2 games left, and they play the Sharks next week at Sharky Park. This week, obviously, is their last home game in New Zealand this year, so because they're not making the finals. So that means that they've got like that extra incentive, even though they shouldn't, because they have nothing to really play for. But they have that extra incentive because it's Sean Johnson's last ever game in New Zealand, and also the last home game of the season. So you're up against it this week, Mr. Dasmo. You're up against it. Aguero says, I heard that when the Dragons pumped the Sharks on Sunday, I'm not impressed by them either. Like, they beat us, but I can tell you right now, I'm definitely not impressed by the Dragons. Luke said, should have added the doggies to that poll, bruh. I think you need help. Flurry says, hey guys, Blazer team. Getting around it, Flurry. Last home game of the season this weekend. Get rocking and rolling. Logan Paul 6 Dogs 36-4 Warriors. I can see it well where it happens too. I could see it well, but the Dogs don't have an attack that gets 36 points against the Wires in New Zealand probably. But I can definitely see the Doggies winning. Someone says Eels lose rest of their games. You just want them to come last, mate. You just want them to come last, because that was. By the way, I actually do wish that I streamed that Rabbitohs Tigers game, Like, I actually do, because that ended up. So I was actually having dinner with Dane Clarkey, Julian Ali, and Trademark Sports at the time. We watched that game in the Steelers Club, and it was crazy, man, because we really wanted, as myself and Dane, we really wanted the Tigers to win that game, because that meant that the Titans, even if we lost, because it's on Saturday, even if we'd lost, we wouldn't go into the bottom 4. So it's pretty crazy. I couldn't believe they didn't get that forward pass call for the Rabbitohs, like 2 tackles prior to when they had the forward pass for their try. I can't believe Rabbitohs fans are complaining as if like there was a robbery, when they're lucky to have even been in that position. They should have been called forward pass way back when. But I wish I had to stream that, because that was funny as. All the text major says a spoon bowl with the best game of the season. Yeah, we'll get to that soon, actually. We'll get to, obviously, round 27. We'll go through it. Dried Seagulls are a smoke, in my opinion. Yeah, but I can only have 4 votes in the poll, so I put the top 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I put the Dogs in there, Manly be like, well, where are we? You know? And then you get Dragons fans who think they win the comp because they struggle to beat Titans. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I did, I had to do just 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? Dasher says Dogs are destined to win. I don't even go for them. It's in the stars. You're a muppet. Chrissy says Seagulls. Luke says imagine Tigers win Spoon Bowl. It would be very good, but the Eels do have a good history of winning Spoon Bowl, because they actually took on the Titans in a game in 2011, the last round of the season, at Seabus or Skill Park at the time, and the Eels won that game. Whoever lost actually got the spoon. Whoever won didn't get the spoon, and the Eels won that game. Jared Hayne killed us. So They've got actually some good form in Spoon Bowl games, but I don't know if you want that kind of form. No, I don't think you want to be known as the team that is good in the Spoon Bowls. I don't think you ever want to be known as a team that is the best team at this Spoon Bowl. Spoon Bowl will be a salad. Probably will be. It's Campbelltown. It's not a massive stadium. Not massive. Parramatta Eels says, can't believe 4 only lasted one season at Para. I don't know what that's really meant to represent, but Kieran Foran is an amazing human being. Amazing human being, I always say it. Obviously, we posted a photo on Instagram just before, myself and him. Really, really proud of him. And regardless of the result, wish the boys had got up for him, but regardless of the result, Kieran Foran is a absolute workhorse, and I'm looking forward to him, achieving 325 or something next year. He'll if he can get through a full season, which is hard for him, but if he can get through a full season, then he'll be hitting that 325 marker. By the way, guys, brand new video on BKRtravel today. It came out about literally an hour ago, I think. So go check out the new video over there on BKRtravel. Is the pinned comment over there. Christian Kess, I feel like the Dogs and Manly have more of a chance than Cronulla making a big run to the finals. I think that it's weird because people obviously saw the 44-0 last week and they were like, oh, Shaggy back. And then they saw the Knights game yesterday and they're like, oh, no, Shaggy not back. No, Shaggy not back. So, yes, I understand where you're coming from, but I still think that the Sharkies could go a bit of a run. But I know that people are just going off the back of the previous years where they haven't won a game at Sharky Park in the finals since 2008, plus also they got knocked out in straight sets the last 2 years in a row. So I get where the confusion and the criticism comes from. Flurry says, so cool seeing Manly dudes turn for Foz. Yeah, a lot of Manly guys there. A lot of the Manly guys did turn up there, which was good to see. Canberra says, Spoon Bowl might be more exciting than a grand final, honestly. It is, because if the Eels get another spoon, that's insane, man. Like, they've got 14 spoons to their name. Like Western Balmain, you combine them, and then the West Tigers with their extra last two and possibly three, they have 27 or 28 or whatever. But the Eels on their own individual team have 14 wooden spoons. So it would be pretty funny if they did get it again. It would be pretty funny. Luke says, love Foz at the Dogs, which he didn't deal with all the injuries. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the only time he's really been injured has been Dogs and Eels. It actually hasn't been that bad for the most part. He hasn't gotten through a full 24-round season for a while, a long time. And that's crazy to say, because if he hadn't gotten through all of his seasons, he'd be nearly at 400 or something like that. Or he'd be nearly at he'd probably be at 340 or something like that. It'd be 330, 340 if he played all his games. He's missed quite a few games throughout his career, and yet he's just hit 300. It tells you everything you need to know. J94 says, good meeting yesterday, Blaze up the Dragons. It's crazy to think that was yesterday, man. Well, it's been really tiring the last 24 hours for me, but it's crazy to think that was only yesterday. Slapper says, did you go get Cherry Evans' signature on the weekend? No, I did not, Slapper. No, I did not go and get Cherry Evans' signature. I do want to kind of move on from that, really, though. Obviously, I do have that respect there with Foz now, so I don't kind of go at him at Ches hard enough. If as hard as I was going before, that was 10 years ago now. So although I don't respect the decision and how that all unfolded and how it led for the next 5 years to Titans, a bit of whatever. Mitchell Myson says, I hope Roosters and Sharks can stop that. Oh no, Daz, get him out of here. He's put Storm with an S at the end of it. There's no such thing. It's Storm. Storm can stop the Storm. The Storm winning streak. Helping Panthers to win the grand final. I like it, Mitchell, but I do not like the S at the end of Storm. No, Mitchell Myson. No. We will see you soon, son. We will see you soon. Dazmate says, crazy fact that the first team to win a grand final outside the top four in both AFL and NRL will be a team called the Bulldogs. Yeah, because they came 7th to the Bulldogs in 2016. All right, well, I think we get through our round 25 here. I think we get through this week's tips. This is our tipping video. There you go, guys. I didn't really think of it that way, but here you go. You get a tipping video this week. So obviously, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here, and also go check out the latest video on BKRtravel as well. All right, Tigers Manly. We will say, I don't really care too much about points differential, but I'll do it anyway. We will say, I'll go Manly by 18. Let's make Manly by 18. Oh boy, Dog fans, to go the Dogs away, I'm going to go for Shawnee J. I'm going Shawnee J, man. I'm doing it for Shawnee J. I genuinely believe the Warriors will get up for Sean Johnson and in New Zealand at their last home game of the season. I just feel it, and that doesn't benefit me as a Titans fan, but I feel it. So I'm gonna go the Warriors this weekend. I will go the Warriors this weekend. Broncos and the Eels. I will take unfortunately, the Brisbane Broncos. I'll go by 8 there. Jag94 with a $3 donation. Appreciate you, Jag94, for the dono, brother. Raiders and Panthers. We'll be taking the Panthers. Storm and the Dolphin. We'll be taking the Storm. I think that pretty much is about to. I won't lock it up. Rabbitohs and the Knights. I will be going with the. Oh, geez. I might go to Rabbitohs here. I think this will be a really close game, so I'll go by 2. And I think this one will be more like a. Oh, they've got no Cleary though. I'll leave it at 12. Rabbitohs and the Knights. I actually genuinely might go the Rabbits here. I'm vibing the Rabbits there. I feel like after an embarrassing loss there against the. Yeah, I feel like an embarrassing loss against the Tigers. I'll go the Rabbits. Titans, Roosters. I'm going to take the Roosters. I can be biased and say Titans win. But at the moment, there's nothing. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. But I take the Roosters. And honestly, the way we're playing, I'll take them by 18. And the Dragons and the Sharks. Dragons and the Sharkies. That will be definitely Sharkies. I don't even know why I thought of that one. By the way, FYI, for people who don't know this, the Dragons have had 4 straight home games. 4 straight home games. How is that even possible? How are you allowed 4 straight home games, mind you? They played the Panthers at Wollongong. Then they played the Bulldogs at Cogra. They played us at Wollongong. And then next week they play the Sharks in Wollongong. They've had 4 straight home games, the Dragons. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The sports doctor Sam Ward will not make a kick though. And look, I agree. I agree. I tell you what, like the Chook Pants talk is so much shit, man. Like they're a bunch of children, bro. Like they dead set are a bunch of children. There is so much like drama and shit right now with the borough, and like they're trying to. Oh damn! Oh, I didn't even know this. They're not even allowed their flags and banners. I just got told they're not even allowed their flags and banners. I knew they weren't allowed their drums, but oh damn, okay, now I understand why they're crying so heavily. Oh man. Their drum is a piece of shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I do feel for everybody else. I feel for Haynes and whatnot, in regards to the banners and whatnot, but I don't care about the drummer because he's just a piece of shit. Blake Smith says, carry on, mate. Sort the game in the week and need to grow up. Don't worry, brother. I'll be at every other game as well this week. Thanks for coming. Parramatta Eels. There's rumours going around that Tom Weave will go to Power. Yeah, I did hear about that. I did hear that Tommy might be heading over. I did hear that Tommy might be heading over. But we'll see. Like, I like Tommy. I'd like to see him stick around, but obviously you can't keep them all. And it's really difficult when you're in a position like mine where, you're very close to the playing group, close with the organisation and the fans and whatnot, and you just don't want to... you don't want to see anyone go, but in the same sense, like this is a business, and if it works out better for him, then it works out better for him. Chris Kens, I would love to see GT put a smash on the Chooks. Yeah, I'd love to see it too, man. I would love to see it as well, but I just don't know. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it. Sports Time, Sam Walker will not miss a kick, or make a kick though. Slumber says not NRL trying to help Flano. Oh, by the way, that second try, how unlucky was that, eh? Like the way that ball bounced was just crazy. And then it bounces up. I think it was Leilua, and then Leilua obviously breaks out that left-hand wing. That was just, insanity, man, how unlucky that was. But it happened. Again, Titans weren't even close to good enough there. But that was just, out of just nowhere. The wind was so strong. I tell you what, Wollongong wind is wild, man. It's wild. Dave says the Dragons have like 10 games away. I don't know, but it's ridiculous. Logan Bolsey says 3 in a row they played in Melbourne. Oh, fair enough. Close enough, though. Like, gee whiz. Bro, the Burrow shit's all over the Chook Pen. Christian, I'll be honest with you. I don't actually agree. I don't agree with you. I think that the Chook Pen it's easy to do what they do because they are a good team consistently, right? They are a team that is consistently good. So, it's very easy to do what they do. It's not easy to do it for teams that are struggling. So, but I would say that overall, Chook Pen does do better than the Burrow. But then again, look where you are on the table. So, yeah, I would... You've been quite good for quite a few years, and I haven't really seen the Borough as big really recently as it has been in the past, like 10 years ago and whatnot. So I don't know. I don't think the Borough's as good as it once was, but I think it absolutely could get back there if they start doing successful again. Nate J says, we have a 2-point buffer for the Dolphins and Dolphins play Storm this week. Can't see the Storm losing to them this close to finals. No, I don't. I think the top 8's set. I personally think the top 8's set. But your points differential sucks so bad that you have to win pretty... You have to make sure the Dolphins don't get one more win than you, because they will make the 8 otherwise. All right, let's go to round 26 here. So the Cowboys play the Storm. The Cowboys are locked in for a final spot. They would be playing for a top 6 spot to get a home final. The Storm have allegedly said they're going to rest players in this game. The Storm have allegedly said they will rest players in this game. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I'm going to take the Cowboys in that one. They've already won the minor premiership at this point, so it does not matter. I'll take the Cowboys by we'll go 8 points because apparently they're going to rest their players. Bulldogs Manly. I think Bulldogs at home, they'll win that game. I think that it will be close, as most of their games against good opposition are. But I will take them, and then we'll jump Manly as well by that one. Panthers versus the Rabbitohs. I will be taking the Panthers. I think that'll give them a slight little sniff at winning that minor premiership, but it's not going to happen. And I dead set will take them by a lot. Eels and the Dragons. Eels and the Dragons. I'll take the Dragons. Of course I will. And I'll take them by 8. I'll take them by 12. Whatever. Dolphins and the Broncos. Dolphins have never beaten the Broncos. They've never beaten the Broncos. That'll end their season. Actually, no, to be fair, the Dolphins probably win because that will keep their season alive. They have to win that game. They probably win because that keeps their season alive. So we'll go Dolphins. Broncos are up there anyway. Sharks and the Warriors. I'll go the Sharks there at home. Knights, Titans. I think we beat the Knights there in Newcastle. I gave the Roosters one, but I do think, although we usually get pumped by 30 by the Knights in Newcastle, I'll go by a 4 or something like that because I can't see us probably winning that last game of the season. And then the Roosters and the Raiders. I will take the Roosters in that one. We'll take them by a close... they did actually beat it by a bit last time. We'll go by 12. All right, the Tigers have the bye, so round 27, they are equal right now. Ooh, they are equal. Oh, gee whiz. Jag94's Jake Campbell's try shouldn't have been awarded. Lack of ball knowledge, you. Lack of ball knowledge. That is absolutely incorrect because we saw last week Fletcher Sharp received a try for the exact same reason. Right? So the point of the matter is that if you flick your boot out of it or you make any kind of intention to kick that ball at any stage before it hits the ground, it is play on. It is a kick. That's what the ruling has been all year. Just throwing that out there. So you are incorrect. One try that shouldn't have actually stood, though, was the one that it took about 15 seconds for him to ground it. That was a Dragons try. Again, don't complain, man. You won the game. Move on from it, bro. But you're wrong in regards to what you've just said. But I can tell you right now, the one that went up as a try that took 15 seconds for him to ground it, that one isn't a try. However, I'm not here to discuss that. I'm not here to talk about that because I know that we lost the game. But if you think that Jaden Campbell's try wasn't a try, you don't watch enough games and you don't actually know the rules of the game. It's just as simple as that, Jaden. So I'm sorry to have to roast you, but at the end of the day, it's just stupidity that you've made that comment there. It's absolute brain dead stupidity. Pragmatic Eel says early mid-2010s will peak Souths. Yeah, for sure. Oh, no, yeah, mid-2010s. Yeah. Okay, I thought for some reason my brain went to 2000s and I was like, no way. Wait, what? By the way, this ladder predictor thing doesn't give bye points. So you got to add 2 to the teams who have a bye last 3. What? That's not even true. No, it's not because the Tigers... Shut up. You're an idiot. I just realised you're a muppet. Shut up. So Tommy will go from beautiful Gold Coast to a piss pot like Para. Fletch inspired that kid Jaden Campbell. Fletch inspired that kid Jaden Campbell. Fletch? What happened here? But it's the fact you have put 4 teams with the comp Bulldogs like there is crazy. No, it's not, because guess what? The Bulldogs aren't in the top 4. And you see the 4 teams in the poll? Guess what? They're the top 4. Gotta start thinking. We're gonna start using our noggin. Gotta start actually thinking. Gotta start thinking. Gross, are you doing finals too? Yeah, I'll go through the whole season. Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Woo! Oh, gee whiz. How am I gonna survive? How will I survive? How will I survive? That's the buzzer with the cut, mate. Whatever. Alright, so Broncos and the Storm in round 27. just think the Storm win it. I just do. I think the Storm win it. I will take the Storm by... They always win close games. I'll go by 2. Tigers and the Eels. Tigers and the Eels. Oh, this is Spoon Bowl. Spoon Bowl. Spoon Bowl. Spoon up bowls. Oh man, Spinnable! How good. I'm taking the Tigers by 1. Could go draw. Nah, because the Tigers don't get off the bottom. Imagine that, kicking a field goal to avoid the spoon for your 3rd year in a row. How good. Oh, it's too funny. Rabbitohs Roosters, I think we all know what's happening there. It would be pretty funny if the Rabbits did do that, but it's not going to change the ladder realistically at all. Just means that yeah, there you go. Because the Panthers will go back above them anyway. Surely you go vlog the Spoon Bowl. Vinaka Vaka Levu Slapper. But no, I will not be doing that one. No, I will not be doing that one at all. No, I'll also do that by then. That's also the same night as Rabbitohs Roosters, and I would probably actually go. I would, funnily enough, go Tigers Eels over Rabbitohs Roosters, but I'm just going to stream that night. The stream would be too funny. The stream's going to be too funny that night. I know I'm going to be in Sydney that next day, though, for Panthers game, but it'll be too funny. Actually, I might stream it from down there. I might be in Sydney and still stream it. Dragons and Raiders. Let's go. The Dragons need to win that game. It would be quite funny, though, for the Raiders to win. The Dolphins would have to beat the Knights of Newcastle. But I do have the Dragons maybe win that game. I don't know. I actually probably feel like I want to go with Canberra, but I'm not impressed by the Dragons at all, mind you. Like, at all. But I feel like if you have to win to make the finals, you go for it there. So they make it. Bulldogs, Cowboys. Yeah, they keep their undefeated streak alive. Panthers, Titans. You know, I would love to see it happen, but I'll say by 12. They can't win the Premiership, can they? No, they can't. So maybe they might rest players. So there you go. We'll win by 48. They say, oh no, they will go to the 3rd. Okay, no, we've got to keep them in 2nd then. We've got to keep them in 2nd. Is it a draw? Okay, draw can keep them in 2nd. There you go. A draw gets them in 2nd. If they win, does that we're in 12th? If we win, we're in 11th. Yeah, we're going draw. We'll go draw, mate. Manly and the Sharks. It doesn't affect the ladder whatsoever, right? Manly and the Sharks. Oh, good game actually. That's a good game. Manly, if they lose, would they go out of the? Oh, they would have to win to go above the Cows. They'd have to win to go above the Cows there, whilst the Sharks, they can't. Why have they only got 33 games? Oh, because they haven't done this one yet. So the Sharks would be in the top 4 regardless. I reckon Manly win then. I'll go Manly there. Because that means it puts them into the top 6, gives them a home final. Cowboys fans, I know you're going to hate that. But it would just be great for you in the finals. Knights and the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins win that game, but, you know, whatever. Unfortunately, I can't do it. So the finals that I would have would be Storm versus the Shaggies. The Storm versus Sharkies. You got the Bulldogs versus the Dragons. Okay, that's an interesting game. Manly versus the Cowboys and Panthers versus the Roosters. I think that's pretty straightforward. That just says they better hype the Spoon Ball up more than the Roosters versus Bunnies game. Oh, for sure. They have to. They have to. I know it's a 6 p.m. game, but they have to. Adam Smart says, well, can't Pereira win the Speedsters run? Do you think there should be a 30-year-old plus race as well as no race? I think we should just be grateful and glad that they at least have a race coming. Because we've been asking for it for a long time, man. We've been asking for it for a long time to just get a race. So beggars can't be choosers. I don't care about a 30-plus-year-old one. I just want a race. Obviously, the 2 teams who are in the grand final won't put their starters. So you're not going to see, for example, the Storm make it. Geez, who would they give it to? Who would the Storm go? Because it's not going to be... It might be a little puppy, but he's lost a little bit of pace. He ain't winning it, that's for sure. Geez, I actually don't know. I reckon they probably do put Little Mama... No, because they can't, because he'd be playing. So they have to put somebody else from their resis. And for the Panthers, geez, they don't even have a crazy deal of speedsters. But if Manly made it, neither Kohler or Jason Saab would be in it, right? Which is crazy. You know, if the Who else is a really, really... Oh, the Dolphins didn't make it, so Hamiso will be there, actually. There's not actually a great deal of speed amongst the teams in the top 8. You look at the other one, the Dolphins outside the 8, they're the one with Hamiso. Titans with Loffy. The Raiders with Xavier Savage. Who do the Eels have? They have any speedsters? Who would be the fastest player at the Eels? Who dead set would be the first? Sloan to get absolutely ruined, but you can have Sloan. But Sloan would get absolutely ruined in this race. Sticky was a complete arse at this interview. Nothing wrong with his coaching ever. All that most of his team is 16. Oh, he's at Raiders, not true. Junior Bowl over RCG. Jamie Temple would be in the NRL race. Yeah, for sure. Jai Gray for the Bunnies. Yeah, he'd still get roasted, man. Like, we're talking Loffy. We're talking, Adokar. We're talking Hamiso. We're talking Jason Saab kind of deal. Like, these guys are boppers. Unfortunately, guys like Jai Gray and Tyrell Sloan aren't going to be slapping it down in regards to those guys, but they would probably be the fastest guys in their club, potentially. Bulldogs Dragons would get 60k crowd attendance. Well, I hope so, man. You'd want to see that. You definitely want to see it. Penrith, Manly Sharks getting home finals will have to play the core Allianz. They'll be allowed to play the first game of the finals at Penrith or Sharky Park or Brookvale. They'll be allowed to play the first one, as in week 1 or week 2. So, for example, the Sharks, they're in 4th. If they lose to the Storm in week 1 from here, they would play because they would be obviously in Melbourne. Week 2, they would get their first home game, and yes, you are allowed to play at Shark Park. But then it's the preliminary final where you can't. You would have to go to Allianz for the Sharks. Manly would have to go to, I think, Allianz. I don't think I have to go to Core. What's closer? Is Manly closer to... Like, Manly's closer by... Yeah, Manly would be closer to Allianz, surely. It depends if they play. They might put them in a Core, but Allianz and then also... Who's the other team? Penrith would be probably a Core. I would assume. Are you going to watch the NRL Vegas special tonight on Fox League? Yeah, probably at some stage. Paul J. Cross's Bulldogs vs Dragons final could be some nose... Okay. You wish, man. You wish that happens. There's absolutely 0% chance the Dragons will be playing finals. Not finals, sorry, the grand final. They'll play finals, but I reckon. But grand final, Bulldogs are an outsider's chance. Like, I'll have them to win this game here, for example. Like, I'll have them to beat the Dragons there at a Core. Storm versus Sharkies, I will take the Storm, but the Sharks did beat them in Melbourne last time they played. That was with Atkinson there. I still will take the Storm there. Manly and the Cowboys. I do think Manly probably knock out the Cowboys there. And Panthers. I'm going all the home teams. I go all the home teams there. Panthers do have a knack of losing week 1 though. Like, I could easily see that happening too. But I will say the Panthers win that game. So there you go to week 2. Ooh, Shaggy Dogs. Ooh, you're not going to like it, right, Tippy? Oh, man. J94 says, Manly close to Allianz, Penrith core. Oh, no, I know Penrith is a core. I'm just thinking, like, Manly could choose, really. Like, if they want to go to the biggest stadium at core, they could. Or there's obviously Allianz, but I reckon Manly play their home final at a core. I reckon they decide a core. I don't think they take it to Allianz, especially, if they... Yeah, no. Well, they can't anyway. Either way, like right now, they would be playing their first week of finals at home. You have to be top 4 for the second week thing to happen. So yeah, Manly would. But I'm saying if Manly made top 4, which they're not gonna, but if Manly made top 4, then I would look at them to play one of their home games at a Core, whatever. I guess unless Manly because they can't play anyone. You can't play anyone lower than you after this point. Manly fans won't cross the bridge. We get enough of them up on the Gold Coast. Parramatta Eels says Dragons had... I guess that's not the bridge, though. That's upwards. Dragons had a chance in 2018 for Premiership. Bunnies ruined it for them. Dragons had no chance in 2018. No one was beating... Was it Storm? No, Roosters that year? No one was beating the Roosters that year. They never had a chance there. Never, ever. Dogs more than Sharks. I'm biased and believe in the 2024 theory. Yeah, right. Dogs can really fill a Core. Sharks can't fill Shark Park. I don't think you get 80,000 80,000 dogs, but I reckon you'd get 2 finals games like 50, 60k, which is really, really impressive. That's for sure. Like, if you want me to tip you here, guys, I'm not going to tip you past the prelim. You're not betting the 2 teams that you're about to potentially become either Panthers or Storm. I just can't see you doing it. I personally believe these guys would actually do it. But with that being said, you want me to do that? I can do that for you. But it's a little bit of a, I just feel like they'll do it and they'll get whoever wins. I think whoever wins this game gets knocked out next round. To be completely honest with you, I really do. And it's, Sharks. I just don't feel like they're going to lose to. But I think this is the first year with the doggies. A little bit of finals experience might be lacking. I know they got Stephen Crichton, but a little bit of finals experience might be lacking. And I think this would be a very proud season for them, regardless. Like literally, regardless, man. And Roosters Manly. I could see a shock there, right? I could. I'm not going to do it though. Dragons fan 21 says, I'm a Dragons fan. 4 and against will probably screw us. Yeah, but I as you can see here, I haven't tipped the Dolphins to win enough games. But yeah, your 4 and against is absolutely awful. Is there a reason for that? Oh, fair enough, Jay. It could be a normal person, though. I don't know. But with that being said, sometimes people might create an account just to do that. But because I didn't see anything wrong with that. But yeah, like at the end of the day, 4 and against could hurt them. -88, it definitely should hurt them. It really should, and that's why I don't have the Dragons progressing past the first week, regardless of who they play. Because we let Adam Reynolds kick 3 field goals, and we didn't kick on last tackle 12 all in the final minute. I know I was there. Yeah, no, I was there at that game. Yeah. But again, neither of those teams were going to be beating. Did you play it? Was it it was the Roosters the next week because I was there. Wasn't that the last game before Allianz got taken down? Nath Jason's the year we flogged Brisbane and Winnip got injured in the game was the year we could have won it. 2018, I think that was. There's no one beating the Roosters. Oh, was that 2019? I think it could have been 2019, but again, no one was beating the Roosters. And the Raiders were better than the Dragons that year as well. Either year, I don't have the Dragons win the comp that year. Not with Cooper Cronk at the helm. Dazmate says the Dragons ruined it for themselves in 2018 by not kicking on 5th with 2 minutes to go when they're in their own half. Yeah, because I remember I was at that game. There's a vlog on the channel actually. I was supporting the Rabbitohs, but there's a vlog on the channel from that Rabbitohs versus Dragons game. So if you want to go watch the craziness, it's there. It's there. Fox flogging Las Vegas again. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'll be there next year. I will be there next year. Roosters and Manly here. Jeez, like, surely the Roosters win that game, but I could easily see Manly getting over the top of them. I'm going to do it. That's a shot. That's the biggest upset of the finals. That would be the biggest upset of the finals. Because I think we all know who we're probably going to have in the grand final, so, Jack Philippines, what do you think the Dragons finish next season? I don't know, man. Like, they could easily be awful, or they could easily be exactly where they are. I don't see the Dragons improving on where they are, but there's still some real unknowns, and I know Dragons fans will hate me saying that, but everyone's going to hate where you kind of, when you give them an honest opinion about how the team does look from an outsider's perspective, and it's like the Dragons don't really kind of get the juices flowing greatly. They didn't impress me against the Titans. Titans were awful. Awful. Dragons didn't impress me this week. They haven't impressed me. They've impressed me enough this year where they are, but it's like, how are they there? But they're also there, so it's like, okay. But they haven't made, like, I know they've got Damien Cook, he's aging. I know they've got Val Holmes coming in. He's actually not, he's like 29. Like, he's still got years left in him, but obviously he's been really poor for the Cows this year. I don't know, man. Like, I probably have them in a similar area, like between that 10 through 7 range again, realistically. I think so. Wolf Boy says, imagine Panthers get knocked out back-to-back by Dragons. Oh, that's not happening. Yeah, Dasher. Yeah, that'd be crazy. Like, obviously, a Battle of Brookie prelim would be crazy there. I will 100% take these guys, though. I will 100%. Oh, there you go. Dad just dropped the South Dragons vlog. There you go. He's put it up there. He has put it up there. Where's this phone about that? Storm and Eagles. Yeah, that would be an absolute ripper. So if the Titans women don't make the grand final, guys, I will stream the entire final series. I will be here the entire way. And I won't go to the grand final. I will only vlog the grand final. I will only vlog the grand final if the Titans women's game is there. But right now it's not looking great. But a long way to go still. Long way to go. I love it. I want to see the Dragons prove everybody wrong in the next few years. Well, that's great, but everyone says that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact the Titans will prove everyone wrong in the next few years, but, you know, you're going to have that thought process. And Rabbitohs fans are going to be like that. And Tigers fans are going to be like, Jerome Luai's coming in. Ooh, we're going to be firing now. You know, you're going to have a look at the new team that comes in a few years' time and be like, ooh, we're going to win the next couple of years. You know, all these teams, Broncos are going to be like, we're bouncing back. Warriors are going to be like, we're bouncing back. So, yes, like, it's good to have your positivity, and obviously you're going to have that. You have to have that, right? Because otherwise, what's the point of watching the sport? If you don't have any positivity about your team going forward, then sure. But just know that is very much thought by every single fan base. You know, Storm fans, they'll even have the I can't wait to prove everybody wrong next year. You know why? Because everyone's going to be like, oh, the Storm are done now. No, now the Storm are done. No, now the Storm are done. Oh, the Storm are done? They're not done yet? Okay, now they're done. Everyone's been doing it for the last 15 years. So, like, every single year, it's the Storm are done now. And then, okay, they're not done now, but remember next now. Next now. That's the Storm. So I'm just saying that every team that's 17 have the exact same thought process that you do. It's just like when people say, oh, we've got the best up-and-coming youngsters through the game. It's like, no, it's only because you know those youngsters. You don't know the youngsters of any other team. You know? You don't know that. You don't know any of the youngsters from, like, North Queensland. Or you don't know any of the youngsters from... a lot of people don't even know the youngsters from Melbourne. You know, and then you hear Newcastle fans go, oh... You wait, you see. We're going to be dominating the league with the youngsters we've got coming through. You're like, well, every single team thinks this, though. Like, every single team thinks that. And every single team is probably right in regards to how good this next up-and-comer's coming through. J94, Dragons close to signing Ringkill Killer. Great. Paramedic Eel says, since Jason Riles is joining Para next year, I say they'll finish 9th or 10th. I don't know why Jason Riles got anything to do with that. Jason Riles has never been head coach before. He's been an assistant coach. He's been a part of it, but I think that's, again, positivity from a Para fan. You go for it. There you go for it. I agree, Blaze, but I don't have a flano in their. I don't have a flano in their pocket, mate. Trust in flano. See, we also say trust in Desi. Flano says all NRL club contracts run out with the NRL main NRL October 31st, and they're getting pissed about the games about 18 teams. That's great. There'll be 20 teams by 2032. Hellfire's up. Eels will finish 17th to 17th, in my opinion, Agro says. That's a bold statement, so Tigers aren't there. But then again, as you see here, Spoon Bowl victory, West Tigers. Panthers and Shaggies. Unfortunately, guys, we're in for a grand final that consists of these two teams. If it's like the other game of the week, then that'll be fantastic. You know, but like, how can you tell me that I look stupid doing this? They're favourites for a reason. You know, like, they're favourites for a dead set reason. Like, I don't understand that people go, oh, you just tipped the favourites. Well, no, I didn't do the final series, but like, how can you tell me right now that a team is better than these two teams? The Bulldogs have not beaten either of these two teams. I don't even think the Roosters have beaten either of these two teams. I think the only team to beat one of these two teams was the Sharks against Melbourne in Melbourne. Tell me I'm wrong. I think Manly beat Melbourne. Or was it Panthers? I think Manly beat... They could be both, actually, to be fair. Could be both. Let me read with the $8 donation. Appreciate your lura. This is another day and another dono. We are all mad here. Some of us sat here in silence on Saturday. Yeah, but I decided to leave that up so that you guys could still talk and conversate and whatnot. I wasn't having a stream, but I decided to leave it up so you guys could still conversate and discuss and chat about the game that you're watching live, which I saw you guys were doing. So, yeah. Maybe third time lucky for the Panthers. What do you mean, Mitchell? Oh, as in like they've lost the Storm twice this year. Yeah, like it would. This is such a it's such a dead grand final because it's the same repetitive shit. But with that being said, if it's a quality grand final, I won't care. Like, yes, you want to see someone different win. I would rather see any of Sharks, Dogs, Manly, Cowboys, Dragons win this comp. But it's just not going to happen in my personal opinion. I don't want any of the Storm, Panthers, or Roosters because it's so repetitive, right? I want it to freshen the comp up because if anybody wins, say the Bulldogs won it, right? And this is for people who hate the Dogs. Say the Bulldogs won it. It gives you the ideology, your team, the thought process that you can come out of nowhere and win it. It gives you the ability to say, you know what, I believe next year is our year. because the Dogs were 15th. They were predicted to be last by a lot of people this year. And then if they went and won the comp this year, then it would just show to everybody, that's Titans, Tigers, Warriors, Dolphins, Eels, Rabbitohs, all these teams down the bottom area of the table, it would show to you that you do have a chance, regardless of what the media says, regardless of what people say in general. It can happen if everything goes right. Because Serralda was an awful coach last year. Now he's had the Webster experience. Could go back next year. And it also shows to you that you have to just enjoy it while it lasts. And then enjoy it for the time, because the Broncos were enjoying it. Now look where they are. The Cowboys were enjoying it, and they're kind of struggling to make the 8, but they're going to make the 8. But last year was an awful year. The Warriors, look at them. The last couple of years after last year, sorry. So you've got to enjoy the time. But yeah, always remember, if the teams like Bulldogs or even, I guess, Dragons, those two kind of teams were to win this comp, it would mean that anybody can do it. But the only one I'd say is an outsider's chance is the Dogs. Destiny Myth says, as much as I'd love the Storm to win that, I can't see us beating Penrith 3 times in a year. I can see it for sure. I don't know if Cleary is going to be up for this final series. Can confirm that the legendary Manly did beat both, but I fear we can only do it at Brookie. Yeah, that's why I had Storm. That would be at Amy Park in Melbourne as well. But yes, I don't think that you'd be able to do it in Melbourne. But then again, like I said, the Sharkies beat the Melbourne Storm in Melbourne, so they're not unbeatable there. They are not unbeatable there. This is actually a really difficult prediction, because as Destiny said, you do want to say the Storm, they're 2-0 against Panthers this year, and won the minor premiership, and they just know how to win those games. Even though they haven't looked great, they just know how to win those games. But the Panthers, they're going 4 in a row. The last hoorah, Jerome Luai, Nathan Cleary. But also Cleary's got that injury to his shoulder where he'll come back for the finals, but apparently he does need to have surgery. But they're just going to inject him throughout the final series to get him going. NRL needs to bring back the red in goals on Grand Final Day. Absolutely, get around it. NRL needs to bring back the NRL Grand Final logo on the jerseys for the teams competing. Yeah, I like it. Luke says, sounds like a stretch, but you'd assume Penrith would be more hungry for this game because of the 2020 Grand Final. That's why they did to Penrith. What? Penrith would be more hungry than the Storm? Just because of 4 years ago? They've won 3 comps in between. Why would something that happened 4 years ago, and in between they've won all 3 premierships right after, why would that make Penrith more hungry? I would say the reason that Penrith would be hungry for this Grand Final would be based on the fact that... would be based more so on the fact that it's the last hoorah for James Fisher-Harris, for Nathan Cleary, for these kind of guys who are leaving them. Is there anybody else that I'm missing? I was talking to Ruva is going as well, even though he's not really playing anymore. Dragon Fan 24, why was my main account banned? Didn't do nothing, I was just talking. I don't know. I didn't do anything. I put my hand up here. I don't know. I put my hand up. Okay, Jay's Jay's slapping. Luke says they want their get back against the team that beat them to the grand final, but they've won 3 in between. Fisher Harris leaving, I think. Yeah, no, Fisher Harris is going to the Warriors, and you've got Isaiah Papali'i going to the Panthers. And you got Adam Fanor-Blake going to the Sharkies. Jai says, if Penrith win the flag this year, do you think the Penrith effect happens on the losing team where the losing team misses finals? So you're from Melbourne because only AFL fans call it the flag. But if Penrith win the flag this year, do you think the Penrith effect happens on the losing team where the losing team misses finals? No. Because if it's Panthers Storm, then no. Storm are not missing finals next year. If it's Panthers Roosters, I don't... Oh, well, there's a chance the Roosters miss the finals based on the fact they're losing a lot of players. But I don't see it happening. Sharks is a viable option. Bulldogs is an absolute viable option there. Manly is reasonable to think about it, but I don't think so. Cowboys is a great option, and Dragons is a fantastic option. So everyone except for the Storm... I would also say the Sharks, though, because they're getting Adam Blake, which really helps them out. They'll have Nico Hines. They'll have a few guys. They'll shift it around. I reckon Nico will go to the 6, and they'll go Atkinson to the 7, which I have been calling for literal years. Nico Hines to the 6, but they haven't really had a 7 Braden Trittle's been a 7, but he's going playing 6. So Dan Atkinson has actually worked out to be the guy there. And that could really help the Sharks next year. I think the Sharks are on for... I actually think the Sharks are on for a premiership next year. I think the Sharks could be on for a premiership next year. Not this year. I don't think they win this year, but I think they could be on for a premiership next year. I think Adam Fennell-Blake is exactly who they need in the forwards. Laserbeam, the Sharks' most famous fan, not ScoMo. Laserbeam don't really give a shit about the Sharks, though. Like, he gets there on the Sharks, but he don't really care about the Sharks. Nate J says, I think it was awesome reading goals like Winfield Cup days of league. The red paint on your jersey on after scoring a try was bloody great, I reckon. Oh, the red paint in your jersey. How long ago was that? It's a while ago. That is a while ago. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like they do it. I know it's not a bold call and whatnot, but it kind of is because they haven't been that good. Like, they've been winning games and they just don't stop winning games. Like, they just know how to win games, but they're not obliterating their opponents whilst winning those games, which is why I'm saying they're not that good, but they are the best this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just know how to win. Who do I want to win the comp this year? Luke? Sharks for my mum, or Manly for my dad. But no, I don't think either of those teams win it. I'll give you a reason for all of them. Sharks for mum, Manly for dad, Bulldogs because it will prove, Bulldogs or Dragons because it will prove that anybody can win from anywhere, regardless of how they did the season beforehand. Cowboys, I guess, because they're Queensland, but I don't want Roosters, Panthers, or Storm to win, even though I think that the Panthers or Storm would win the grand final. So yes. That's my thoughts, but I will take the Storm there. I know it's just kind of straightforward, but like, what do you want? There's a reason why they are top of the table. There's a reason why they're minor premiers. There's a reason why this team always wins premierships. And they've beat the Panthers 2-0 times this season, even in Penrith, which is crazy. Cleary's got a bung shoulder. I don't know if they can pick themselves up and go again for one last hoover. I don't know if they can do it. I don't know. I don't know if they can do it. But there you go. That's my predictions, guys. What do we have this weekend? What games do we have coming up? What games do we have coming up? I know, obviously, I won't be here on Saturday. I won't be here on Saturday, on Sunday. Tigers Manly. Oh, lovely game on Thursday night footy. Oh, Warriors Bulldogs. That'd be a good one on Friday. But Broncos Eels on Friday night is Raiders Panthers. A bit of whatever. Storm Dolphins might be exciting. Rabbitohs Knights, whatever. Dragons Sharks might be decent. Titans Roosters. Jeez, how we going? Not the most exciting weekend of footy coming up, to be completely honest with you. Not the most exciting footy, but we will see. Because I personally think the top 8 is not locked up, but it's pretty much done. But there you go, guys. I appreciate you as usual. Obviously, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. I appreciate you as usual, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the Titans versus Dragons vlog from myself down there in Wollongong. Go over there to BKRtravel in the pink comment. I put up a new video today that came out about 6 p.m. Of my 75 hard journey that I've been telling you guys all about, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya later. See ya later.